Hello there YouTube. Sorry it's been a while. I've had a lot to do. Since I think my last video was well before Grumpy Wargamers. Been down there, managed to get down there for the second day. Excellent day. Well done to Temple Crusade 01 and the Beast of War lot for that. I know it's coming a while after. But anyway, this is what I've been working on. It's taken me a while to do. It's a 20-man assault squad for Salamanders, as you can see. So I've had these models for a while. It just took me time getting around to painting them, and I wondered what I wanted to do with them. You know, whether to go all power weapons or all maces or thunderhammers or lightning claws, and we'll go through what I've decided and why. So here we go. We'll start with the sergeant. So get my fingers out of the way and get it focused. There we go. So I went for a sergeant with lightning claws because I didn't really want initiative 1 stuff going in. You know, assault, supposed to jump in, hit hard, hit fast, and get out again for the next assault. So a bit of a kit bash, different helmet, just for a different style, more gold involved, and as you can see, an orange shoulder pad. Right, so a quick talk through this. The shoulder pad, if I just put him down, that stems back to the Forge World Open Day back in April. Talking to Mark Bedford, who was discussing his Salamanders and Death Guard and various other models that he had there. I asked him about his Salamander stuff because I noticed on one of the boards that they'd done, they got World Eaters versus Salamanders, and he'd done different coloured shoulder pads. And I just spoke to him about this, and he was saying, oh well, if he is watching, please feel free to comment and correct me if I'm wrong. Mark, as far as I could remember, months down the line, was saying he wanted something that was easily identifiable for, on the battlefield, because there's a large number of troops. So I think he said he used red or white for like tactical support squads. With the tactical symbol on there. So I thought, you know what, I like the idea of that, and it'll add a bit of character to, otherwise, you've seen the rest of my army, it's pretty flat, it's pretty green and flat. So here we go with a bit of colour added in, a bit more gold and everything, so I'll touch up the other Marines that I've got and bring them up to the same standard as this. So I was speaking to him, so what colours do you reckon would go really well for that? And so I suggested orange. He seemed happy with that, so who knows. So he said, yeah, go ahead, and like I say, your miniatures and everything. So after talking to him, I thought, you know what, yeah, that would be a really good idea. Different colours for different squads and such like. So if you can see on this Marine here, basically what I'd done there was, for the orange, I will talk about the paint scheme in greater detail, but for the orange on the shoulder pads, I went with Mephiston red as a base, layered up with Wild Rider red, and then dry brushed a little bit of Troll Slayer orange over the top of that. Put the transfer on, and when I came to the wash for the green, I just covered the whole model in it, took the excess up, left it in the recesses, and then varnished over the top. And then with that I washed back with Badar, what used to be Badar Black but Norn Oil now, and sorry to get fingers in the way and playing around with lights. So it kind of left a nice dirty, sooty kind of feel over the orange and in the recesses, and I was pretty happy with the effect. So that was that. And for the actual green, you may notice it's a different shade compared to, I have a finished Marine here, so we'll take those two. So as you can see, it's a bit more vibrant, I didn't realise it was such a bright green in comparison. But there we go, we've got the old Marines, the new Assault Marines, very salamandery greeny. So I just didn't realise that was so bad until then. Such a difference. For the green for this, I used a range of paints by Tamiya. They're acrylic paints. Put them through the airbrush. They're a bit thick to go through. It spluttered a bit every now and then. So I watered it down with a bit of water, and that seemed to do the trick. However, for the next lot of marines that I do, I think it's a batch of Terminators I've got, I'll probably use proper airbrush thinners, a couple of drops in, because they're pretty thin paints. So the colours I used were the X5, which is just a plain green, as a base layer. The next one up was an XF13, which just went over the top there, and layered up again with an X28, which is your park green. Finishing off with light green, which is X15. So really nice paints, a bit thin and watery for painting on with the brush, but I might not just have mixed them up properly. And then after that I got some Laramine medium. Sorry, my light's reflecting off. Laramine medium, one of the technical ranges from Citadel. Added in a bit of Scorch Brown and Chaos Black into there, shook it up and turned it into a wash, which then went over the green and the orange. Washed the whole model in that, dulled everything down, and then brought it back up by just wiping off the excess with a cotton bud and leaving it in the recesses. Now, as you can see, it's just left a beautiful looking lot of marines. So we can zoom in and out, it's just random marines there. So a lot greener, getting away from the dark greenish colour scheme that I had before. I'll easily rectify that with a dry brush over most of the other marines. But I think the darker armour, you can probably get away with it. You know, it's more battle tested. You know, it's dirt and grime and grease and everything all over it. And these are a new unit coming to the battle. So what I decided to go for was, as you can see there, Sergeant with 2 lightning claws. So he can go in, he's got the shred rule, so re-rolling wounds, I believe. I can't remember the rules off the top of my head, but you know, he's going in, he's fast, slicing through everything, AP3 I think. Feel free to comment on the bottom below before I consult my rule book. And then I went for 2 power swords because of the AP3 and basically the AP3, just whatever it hits it kills, especially going against marines. And then what I toyed around with was whether to put in mauls or not. So going in with the mauls, you're +2 strength and concussives, so you kind of get you get the relic blade kind of bonus of +2 to your strength, and then with it being concussive you can knock down multiple wounded characters down to initiative 1, so the whole of this squad, or whatever survives from this squad first round of combat, gets to go before, argument's sake, not that I would take this against a Primarch of all things, but take it against an enemy Primarch, it would be back. That Primarch would be down to initiative 1 with a successful hit and wound from the mauls. That's the way I interpreted it. Hopefully I've interpreted it right. And you don't get the unwieldy like you do with the Thunderhammer. So that was why I went for those 2. And then the rest of the unit, you may see chain axes, but for the purposes of rules, chain axes are chain swords. Absolutely no difference. It's just for a bit of difference, a bit of just cosmetic more than anything. That's the word I was looking for, cosmetic. As you can see here, this Assault Marine Mark II armour, and he's got Chaos weaponry, well, off Khorne Berserkers. So you know, just a bit of a different look to, say, a normal Mark II guy with a normal chainsword. So yeah, these are all done with red Nuln Oil over the top, and then dry brushed Wild Rider red back over the top. Not Wild Rider, the old Blood Red over the top. So whatever that is now. And here we have another Mark II guy. For some reason I really like this one, because he's got a bionic arm. So, you know, been in a couple of scrapes, elevated to Assault Marine, and got bionic arm for his troubles. So I quite enjoy that model there. And yeah, and here we go, some Mark IV and Mark III bits combined. So, I say this is, because most of my other units are all Mark III, or all Mark II, or they're all Mark IV, you know, there's no real mix up in it all. So this is kind of my tipping my hat to the old drop site massacre. You know, whoever was left in what armour, you know, if you're an Assault Marine or a Tactical Marine or a Devastator, you know, you showed a particular aptitude for close combat fighting, you then get re-rolled into this particular assault squad. So, you know, it's a bit of fluff behind the fluff kind of thing again. So I'm rambling on. It's Saturday, the day's lovely outside, I just want to get back out in the sun. So I'm doing a very quick video here, which is not very quick. And yeah, so I carried on. So it's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty much what I wanted to go through, what I wanted to talk about, and they're just massive on the board there. Take up a lot of space, this unit. So what I've got coming up is 2 Praetors, Terminator Praetor and a Power Armor Praetor. Couple of swapping bits out. I want to give the Terminator guy a Thunder Hammer. You know, the big demon hammer from the Grey Knights box. So I'd really like to do that. I've got 2 Contemptors to finish painting. I'd like to start painting, and I've got an Infernus to finish off and a second Infernus to start. So that's going to be quite a bit of stuff going on, and hopefully the new Drop Site Massacre book will be out for Games Day, hopefully. Well, that's what I'm hoping on anyway. So I'd really like to see that, get some Salamander specific kind of Legion choices, stuff like that. That'd be really cool. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head now. Got to get this video sorted and up so you guys can watch it. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing this video, seeing the progress that I've made with my army and a new unit. This will be going for our campaign games, King of the Hill mission that we've got going, which hopefully I'll be playing against Hazard. So we've got a couple of assault squads pitting off against each other, fighting over a hill. So that should be pretty cool fun. So I'm going to have these guys jumping in, Hammer of Wrath, you know, hopefully on the charge, getting the initiative 10 hit in, and then breaking down into like the power weapons and everything. So yeah, this should be really cool. It's really given me a good kick in the backside to get painting again, and going over all my other the rest of my army, which is massive. If you remember, I've got to go put gold in and various other bits and pieces. It's going to be a nightmare, but fun. So guys, hope you've enjoyed it. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep enjoying, that's the main thing. And yeah, cheers to all you new subscribers. I keep getting the odd 1 or 2 come through. It's all appreciated. And hopefully see you guys very soon. Bye for now.